On this edition of Phoenix News, we discuss today's trending movies.
Kids learn an inspirational speech that will help them outside the walls of high school.
And DTSOI's growing population of students.
All of this and more.
My name is Jude Sabatini.
And I'm Madeline Saisanasi.
Welcome to this edition of Phoenix News. Labor Day weekend has come and gone, and Labor Day has traditionally been the time of year when new movies and shows are released. This year is no exception.
Right? I spent the entire long weekend watching some of my favorite shows. Phoenix News students have more insight on what's trending on today's streaming platforms.
It's almost Labor Day weekend. With your extra day off, why not spend the day watching movies in the theater or on streaming services from the comfort of your own home? Here's 4 fresh new movie ideas for you to enjoy. Space Jam. Released in July, Space Jam: A New Legacy is the sequel to the 1996 hit blockbuster Space Jam. Watch LeBron James as he follows in the footsteps of basketball legend Michael Jordan in a basketball game to determine their fate.
I'm a cartoon? Ah! I'm shorter than Kevin Hart! No.
What's up, Doc?
You can watch Space Jam in the theaters or on HBO Max. Jungle Cruise. Like Pirates of the Caribbean, Jungle Cruise is based on the original ride in Disney parks around the world. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Emily Blunt as Frank and Dr. Lily will venture into the jungle in search of an ancient tree that would change the future of medicine forever.
Oh, God, sorry, Frank.
Sorry, strong form.
Jungle Cruise is available on Disney Plus and theaters near you. Free Guy. Ryan Reynolds stars as Guy in the summer blockbuster Free Guy. Guy is just your everyday bank teller until he discovers he is actually a background character in the popular game Free City, where he decides to become the hero of his own story.
Oh my God! What are these, trick glasses or something?
Guy, there is no easy way to say this. This world, it's a video game. You're not real.
Please stop my phone.
And the guy responsible for this world was going to destroy it.
You've met God?
Yes, he's an absolute troll.
Trolls exist.
Free Guy is available only in theaters. Shang-Chi. Coming Labor Weekend is the latest installment of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Shang-Chi. Watch as the martial arts master, Shang-Chi, confronts his past in the mysterious Ten Rings organization.
I could change my name. Start a new life. But I could never escape his shadow.
Is this what you wanted?
Shang-Chi will be released only in theaters on September 3rd. Whether watching from a theater seat or your own couch, we hope you found something to enjoy.
Wow, those look awesome.
I agree. I'll be putting some of those on my watch list.
Me too. But now we'll be looking at some of our CCR classes and what they've been learning through a famous presidential speech.
Have you ever given a speech?
No way. You know public speaking is the #1 fear in America, right?
Well, our 9th grade CCR classes presented a famous speech that helped them get over that fear and taught them valuable life lessons.
Theodore Roosevelt once said, "The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena."
So we wanted to introduce the speech by Theodore Roosevelt called "The Man in the Arena" to our 9th graders as the first speech that they would interact with this year, because we wanted them to have maybe a speech that they could reflect back upon throughout the year. And we also wanted them to understand that coming into 9th grade is like entering the arena. Their grades count, everything counts from here on out.
It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena.
His face is marred by dust and sweat and blood.
who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again.
Because there is no effort without error and shortcoming.
Who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotion that spends himself in a worthy cause.
But who at the best knows in the end a triumph of high achievement, and who at worst, if he fails, at least fails while failing greatly.
So that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat.
I was so pleasantly surprised by my students who maybe are quieter, or my English language learners who had to really overcome some new language in order to deliver the speech. And not only did they do so well at, just understanding new language that they're not used to, but they also surprised me by deciding to memorize the entire speech, which was not a requirement. They did not have to memorize it as to get a great grade on this or anything like that. Part of the speech says, even if you're failing while daring greatly. At least you're brave enough to get in there and give it a try.
Wow, maybe public speaking isn't too bad.
Maybe you'll have to give it a shot.
But now we have a message from the people that make this show possible.
I think Springdale Schools is a great place to teach. They have cared about my salary. They have cared about my time.
Administration is awesome. They want to be there for the kids. I mean, they are #1 priority.
The staff, teachers, everyone's very, very nice, very polite, and very welcoming. It really feels like a family.
It's always good when you have a diverse population like Springdale for kids in the classroom to see people that look like them. So it gives them a role model.
I always say if I had somebody like me in kindergarten that could speak both of the languages, that would be tons of help.
We go out of our way to provide everything that we can so that their children can get a wonderful education, because they are the leaders of tomorrow.
Northwest Arkansas, it's growing. That's one of the great things.
I am originally from San Antonio, and I cannot tell you, this is a wonderful place to raise your children.
It's just a great place to live, to work, and just to have fun.
Welcome back. Jude, have you noticed how many more students there are this year?
Not really, but the halls have felt way more packed and the car rider line feels twice as long.
If you had to guess how many students we had this year face-to-face, what would you say?
I don't know, maybe 1,000?
Nope. Try 1,800.
Oh, wow.
Administration and staff around the school have been hard at work to ensure that our school runs smoothly, especially with our influx of students.
It's been amazing. It's been awesome having 800 new faces and new students to serve. Certainly from a transportation aspect, that has presented some challenges. So in terms of what we have redesigned, we have had to look at our campus in terms of pavement. Where is a good place for us to put cars? Where is the safest place to load children? How do we do all of that in a timely, efficient manner? Something that I've personally been looking at is finding steps that might be unnecessary. Specifically, things that we've done, we have a famous S-curve out on the east side of our building, and we are allowing we're allowing car riders to fill in more area in that band than we have before. We've also doubled up some lanes for exiting traffic that we previously didn't double up. The most important thing in following safety would be, efficiency and speed.
We usually get here like around 7, and the day ends at 2. It's hard to get all this food ready in time to serve lunch. We got new providers this year, so that it's been another challenge because it's hard for us to be familiar with their products, and sometimes, we order things and it's not the same quantity that we used to get from the other provider we had. So that's a little hard right now. This is challenging.
The first 2 weeks are always exciting and anxiety-filled and chaotic, so it is a mixture of emotions. Last year was kind of the high mark on how chaotic something could be, so this year has been so much better, even though we have almost double the students, especially in-person students. Just the transition has been less chaotic, so it's been good. After 2 weeks of being behind the desk and doing lots of schedule changes, I look forward to being out in the classrooms with students. I kind of don't like being chained to a desk or all the time, so I'm very much looking forward to that. Having more students and having more programs, because we have so many programs, the restrictions are there's less flexibility. And so on the one hand, it's great because you have these programs that have 2 and 3 and 4 years that you're building into the programs, but yeah, just a little bit less flexibility. It has been phenomenal working with all the students coming in, all the teachers and their flexibility and understanding. They've been amazing, and it's very much been a team effort, and I love that.
Wow, I never realized how much goes into each school day.
I agree. We have such an amazing staff.
I have to agree. This week, our amazing and inspirational teacher we're going to highlight is Mr. Hazard.
Mr. Hazard has been seen throughout the school as a role model for so many students he's impacted.
I'm so excited to hear more about him.
So Mr. Hazard is a really supportive teacher. Like when you need help in music, he'll help. And like for all reasons, he's really trying to get the people that he thinks will succeed, which is everyone in this classroom, to try all region and get private lessons. Mr. Hazard just has a bright attitude. He's a bright person, and like when you look at him, you feel motivated. He motivates you in band.
It's a privilege to be named an influential teacher. I know having a lot of band students in our band program, that probably helped a little bit with that. But it's a real honor to be called an influential teacher. I enjoy working with students. I enjoy working with the kids. And just an honor. The students, for sure. That's for sure by far my favorite part of teaching. Although sometimes it can be a little bit difficult, in the end, I enjoy working with students and doing all that with them. Teaching at SOI, it's interesting. It's kind of somewhere between, I always found it's somewhere between kind of like a normal public school setting and a college setting. It's somewhere in between, like we don't have a bell schedule, we're based on a block scheduling as well. I enjoy having the longer class times, being able to work with students like that. I also enjoy the flexibilities of like today with the prime time, being able to pull in extra students, be able to work with them one-on-one. Other teachers, I just think just the little things, being able to be able to name students by name, talking to them in the hallways, asking how they're doing, besides just in their classes, showing an interest in the students themselves, because we're not here to teach a subject, we're here to teach students. So treating them like actual humans, referring to them by their name, that sort of thing. This is my second year of teaching, and it's been a blast so far, so I'm excited to keep going. So last year was a little bit tough, but this year we're kind of breaking through a lot of that as far as the normal kind of COVID precautions that we took last year, and so it's nice to kind of get back into the normal swing of things.
I'm so glad that here at DTSOI, our teachers work every day to build a positive culture.
I am too. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Phoenix News.